Yo, what's good? MGG here, and you just stepped into the Decent Crew chapter reviews. This is where the Decent Crew reviews and discusses the manga chapters that came out this week. So why don't y'all just sit back, relax, and run it.
Sun sizzling through my window. I peep the tempo. You toke up on the endo. When life comes to crescendo, we play the smooth. I got the heart to make it. I'm Liam Neeson for my people. Mine ain't for the taking. Talking kindness. Some get blinded.
So now Boku no Hero, like I don't know, 3 chapters. I'm not even gonna do the names. I'm just like we just group it all together.
But it's been too late for that.
Most of this was just Bakugou and Deku fighting. And that was pretty much it. I thought it was like hella feely and Naruto and Sasuke-ish, so I don't really have much to say. It didn't really get much deeper. Oh, I mean, like All Might finished this conversation with All for One, but I didn't really get the point. So,
I mean, it's not just because the two of them were fighting. It's also the feels of him feeling all of that guilt.
Yeah,
upon him
from having to be saved.
That when he started saying that, I liked it much more. Before that point, I was like, "What's the point of this?"
Because he low key already felt like a bitch when he had to get saved by All Might the first time.
Yeah,
when he in the very beginning of the story. Yeah. So he low key felt that because motherfuckers kept bringing up. They like, "Oh, that's the buddy ass that got got saved by All Might." So he was already feeling that shit, considering how strong he used to
or think he
feel about himself.
Yeah.
But then now he out here
had to get saved again.
Exactly.
And he the one that fucking caused All Might to lose all his powers.
Exactly. So now he's feeling even more
shit hero.
Back. Plus, he technically got saved by Boku again, also because they're the ones that got him out of that situation, and he's pissed off.
But Boku knew he couldn't have touched him,
and he's pissed off seeing that somebody that he looks at as a weakling is now stronger than is now getting.
But in that regards, it is Naruto and Sasuke. It's like when back in the first half, when Sasuke realized Naruto was getting stronger, he started to get pissed off.
Yeah,
and then that's when he challenged him to a fight.
I just don't like Bakugo's personality to start. Like I'm ready for him to stop being that guy. Like I hope after this fight we can slowly start stop seeing him being mad all the time. It's not good and it's not interesting.
If it doesn't happen after this, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I'm just really gonna stop fucking with him. I fuck with his squad, like I said in the car, but I don't fuck with him. Like the rock nigga, and I think the electric dude is.
But it was so funny. They fuck with him, but you don't fuck with them really.
Nah, but they still a cool ass squad though. Like
he does like the water. He like Deku, but he.
But I feel like he's going to end up teaming up with Buddy that can turn into steel though, because they low key got their own little clique.
You mean the dudes who like how they both go at each other?
Yeah, because when they both ended up working with each other.
During
that break, me and Rock do the steel dude.
Yeah. They were both cool as hell. They were like, "Oh, it's your ass."
I can see.
And their powers exactly the same.
Yeah, so they're gonna end up being more cool.
Except
than
Rock Guy's
being part of this clique.
Yeah. I still hope that they stay together as a squad, because if there's a time skip, I think that'll just be a badass team to see go against villain, because I like all their powers. In general.
The lightning guy need to get stronger. I hate how he be getting sick after he used.
But in a time skip though, he's gonna be beast mode. Like I love lightning characters, so I'm behind him. Like he gonna get.
They need to hurry up a time skip.
I just can't wait to see Shadow Buddy come up. Fuck y'all.
I'm not a big fan.
No man.
I would have seen him come up in life.
I'm not a big fan. I fucked with his the fact that he was low key real strong.
Yeah,
but as the way his power looks and stuff.
I'm not a fan of his power. I
don't know. I want to see him do some Emperor Crow type shit.
Really?
Yeah, where he just fucking
jumps into the shadow of death.
I thought we all hated Emperor Crow.
I thought
he jumps into the sky and starts flying and shit. He creates some type of light over himself. That creates a shadow balloon, and then that shower just goes down and fucks up everything.
Was that the crow's actual power? Or was it they're just saying if the crow's over you, it pretty much means you're done?
No. If you're in the crow's shadow,
expert.
If you're in the Emperor Crow's shadow, then you're automatically going to get fucking destroyed by the darkness within its shadow.
He only brought that up so he can talk with Toriko. Only reason he's going to talk with Toriko. That's it.
Fuck this dude.
Hey man. Shit. Oh, well, so yeah. I mean, I guess I could see that, but overall, I just am like, it just sucks that they're heroes. And it's established, and there's a rule system around it, because it limits how much I can see them really do. Because I'm whenever I see you in a fight, I'm never gonna see you go all out in a fight really, because you're a hero and they're a villain. I'm never gonna see you really kill someone or go that far with someone, because it's there's these red tape around being a hero.
I mean, they still go
I just like it's weird.
I mean, but the thing
is, like this fight, right? This fight, for example, like it's weird to see it because it's like they're both heroes. So I feel like Bakugou, like when Bakugou tried to grab his arm and blow it off, I thought that was like a really weird thing to happen because I'm like, y'all are heroes. So at the end of the day, like the way they've been showing them is like no matter how they fight, they always still think of stuff in heroes, like in hero terms. So they don't really hurt anyone. They try to like save them at the end or like do some not risky shit. So
except for when they're going against the villains, though, there's no telling how much.
The villains go all out, though.
No, I'm saying, but if they're going against the villains are trying to kill them, and there's no telling how much effort you have to put in order to make sure that the villain doesn't die.
All the times, like Deku fucked his arm up, he was going all out. His ass was like, going all out.
He put his whole life into that attack when he went to get swole, buddy.
Yeah, he did that a million of times, like whatever.
Yeah,
his ass could have died. Stupid ass.
And if Buddy would have been weaker than what he thought he was, he would have completely just made Buddy explode or some shit.
Yeah.
So
one thing though about Boku no Hero, I feel like they slowed up so much. It had like it was going so good, and like the potential was good up and when up to the fight with All Might, and after that just like completely went downhill.
That's what I think. I mean, Cosmo's been saying this for a while. Like he thinks there's going to be a time skip. I think at this point it needs one because it's just like watching them go through to trying to get the trials and then also having this villain thing. Like they just need to skip to them being adults.
Like they really haven't gotten stronger in the past, and they showed you that when like do it through the ball when bomb guy what's his name?
Bakugou.
Yeah, when he threw the ball, like the shit went the same distance. Like they haven't even gotten stronger. So I'm like, they need time. They need like a not even. I don't even think 2 years is enough for real. For real. They need like.
I really would love to see them as adults because that's what I know. I feel like the mastery of the power is there.
I need a 5-year time skip. Fuck around.
Dude, you asking for so much. We're only like 100 chapters in, dude.
That's it?
I think it makes them
more... 120. About 120.
You in the 200s?
No.
118.
Because I remember when I was catching up with y'all were only at 112.
Oh, never mind, man. I still want a time skip, though. I mean, what else you going to do? What else you going to do? They can't fight the villains. Like, I don't think they're, like, strong enough to fight the villains. They need a time skip.
I just don't like the way that the fights are, like, time limit kind of things. Like, yeah, we can't last, so we just need to figure out how to survive long enough to get
even on, and then, like, I don't think they can fight the villains, but I don't think the villains can fight the real heroes.
Nope.
Well, at least the ones that the main
the main villains. I don't think they can fight
I wish they would show, like, some of the, like, villains that they fight. Like, we have this hero association, but I don't feel like the world is like, needs it. I don't. Yeah.
I'm
looking around like,
that's what I get too. Because I mean,
where are these villains at?
And that makes sense because they were saying like the All Might is because of All Might there really weren't any much villains, you know.
I mean, yeah, now they're starting to come up. So.
Now more are gonna be coming out of the woodworks, just like trying to do some shit.
But I still feel like for them to go up and be heroes, like there had to be some villains around outside of All for One, like just some nigga, like some old nigga that like, oh, that was like an old head villain or some shit like that maybe quit or is in jail, but just. Like, everyone has quirks, so I don't care if All Might's around or whatever and still stops people. Like, if you have a quirk that you think is decent enough, you're gonna be a villain, like, if you really are about that shit.
I mean, a lot of times...
don't see how it wouldn't happen.
You only fight monsters or, like, or just like, regular villains. Like, they don't... I don't think there's a villain on the class of All Might.
You mean All for One?
Yeah, All for One. I don't think there's anything on the class of him. But I think they're like low tier class niggas.
But you feel what I'm saying? All Might is the only nigga who knows about All for One.
I bet all the villains know about him.
Are you sure? I don't even know.
I think so.
I don't even know. I think he's only that specific guy. Like,
so. I thought
that's what blew me is that All Might is the only nigga that knows about him.
You sure? I thought he was the All Might of villains. Like, I thought the villains looked up to him.
No one knew about him.
I mean,
I don't think anyone knows about him.
The villains we're looking at, they know, like, they knew, first of all, and they're not real villains. A lot of them aren't villains. They just following, like, that Stain guy saying, like, oh, these heroes ain't real heroes. So like, a lot of them aren't real villains. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So...
I just still think that if All Might was like, if All for One was like that serious villain, right? More people would have known about him. No one knows about him. Like, I don't think anyone knows about him until just now when he showed up. Like,
he had to be a serious villain. He's been around for hella years.
He's been All for One, right?
Yeah.
I still don't know which is which, so I just call him like All Might.
I'm forgetting too.
Yeah. But the evil nigga, All Might villain, he been around for like hella years.
Should be started.
Oh, speaking.
Yeah, he's basically immortal.
Yeah, his ass been. So I mean, so he gotta be like known at least to villains. Like niggas gotta know about him at least. I feel like. Or maybe because he's so old, niggas don't know about him.
Yeah,
because he be in the shadows controlling.
He's been in the woodworks.
He be controlling niggas in the shadows.
That's what I'm saying. If he was doing that, I feel like there'd be more villains put out. Like just against.
And then again, like how long ago was this?
The only villains that he works with are those noble creatures because he creates them.
Yeah.
Those are only villains that you're going to see.
So I mean, so how long ago did All Might defeat him though? Like how long ago was that? In actual year time, like if that was 20 years ago, I mean, shit.
Yeah, like because maybe this association.
And that's why ain't nobody know him because like that shit happened hell of time ago.
Whole generation.
Yeah, because I just feel like there's got to be a standard to setting these people outside of like these tests and shit. Like there's like you're setting up all these disaster scenarios, all these different things that they might run into where a quote unquote villain shows up. But I haven't seen these villains. I've just seen heroes pretending to be villains. Like when they were like in the first test with the Gale guy. They were like, oh yeah, you might have a rescue situation, but then villains may show up. And then the sound dude came up with all of his buddies. And I'm like, okay, I'm assuming that this is probably a situation that really happens. Who the fuck is the villain you trying to be? Like, I've never seen that dude.
Yeah, you're saying that shit wouldn't happen in real life because ain't no villains like that.
Exactly, I've not seen them. But I feel like they should be out there.
No, and I agree. I don't think there are villains like that.
Exactly. Like the niggas who blew up that car. Like when the duplicate dude found those guys and they were in front of like a blown up car robbing some people. Where the fuck are the heroes then? There's literally millions of heroes in this whole world. There's a whole association.
I mean, the thing is, the villains that are there, they just like basic villains, like actual like I think they like close to regular niggas. Yeah. They have crooks, but they probably ain't strong. Like all the strong niggas are heroes right now because of All Might.
Yeah,
because All Might, like everyone wanted to be like All Might. And that's what we pretty much got from like the whole he's the face of everything, blah blah blah. Yeah. That bullshit. So I mean, but I think right now is the time where like villains are actually starting to grow. Like, that's what I think.
Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of villains were scared to come out the woodworks because they didn't want to get murked by his ass anyway.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah.
They were like, yeah, I ain't my life.
I'm fine with that, but I still think like
so now
you could just be like DC, like Batman DC supervillains, where it's like you're not out all the time, but like you still got your criminal organization under the ground, and then maybe like when you finally feel like you execute your plan for your one villain, you come out to try and do that shit.
I mean, we know that there were like there are like villains though, because like even at the beginning, like the guy that kidnapped Bakugou, or whatever that was, that's a villain. I mean, shit like that, I guess, happens. Not no real shit. Yeah. I mean, shit that you need All Might.
I mean, it's shit happening all the time. We just don't see it because the main focus is on these kids.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so that's a big issue.
Yeah, but overall, like over these few chapters, I think the time skip is needed.
5 years.
I would give this whole thing like a decent
5 years.
That's for the recent 2 chapters?
Yeah, recent 2 or 3. I think we missed. Did we miss 3 or 2?
I think it was 2.
Okay, but yeah, I give it like a.
No, I think 3 because I think we didn't talk about it that week, and then it was 2 more.
Yeah.
So it's been 3.
Yeah, but I didn't like the Bakugou and Deku fight was cool. I like the actual fight itself, but the feels in it, I'm not really behind. It just is too reminiscent of like other shit, and I get it, but it's not holding any real weight to me. Like I'm just I'm like whatever.
I give it a decent too, but I actually like the the feels more than the actual fight.
Yeah.
Well, let me change that. I don't like because this fight lasted like 2 or 3 chapters, right?
Yeah.
I only liked the feels in the most recent one where he's like
118.
He felt guilty and shit. I only like that. I don't like the other part because I thought he was just being jealous, and I was like, that was too Naruto-ish. But once you found out, this nigga feels sad, he's guilty about fucking everything up. Then I was like, shit, that makes sense because I would feel like that too. Fuck around, you just destroyed like the best hero in the world. It's all your fault. I understand. So. But it's still decent though. They need to pick it back up. This shit been pissing me off. They gotta pick it up. Give us a 5-year time skip. Let them grow up a little bit. Like let them get a little stronger. Let the villains grow.
A lot stronger.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like I need Deku to fully master this shit. Like I needed to stop being like I need him to be able to.
That's what bugs me too. I'm like because everyone else is mounting this shit, but the fact that we know that that's the potential. And he's so far from that, I'm like, oh, wow. And you ain't making no progress, nigga. Like,
I need you to be All Might, but I just need to look at you and be like, okay, he's swole. Like,
no, I don't think he's never going to be swole.
He got some control. Like, he has some tonnage on the muscle. Like, not All Might, big-ass arm type shit. Just,
he never going to be swole. Especially since he started using legs or whatever.
Up his hand-to-hand combat game.
Yeah, he needs something, though. But, like, they all need to level up. And then... The villains need to level up too, because right now they weak as hell.
I still think they're stronger than a group of heroes.
And the kids, I don't think they're stronger than like the adult heroes.
No.
Because the dog heroes are monthly ass, but anyway, decent.
I guess I'll also give it a decent. I respect the parts where you feel that burden that he had, the burden that Bakugou felt over the time of, you know, when he got his ass kidnapped the first time and then grabbed by the villain society later on and ended up feeling guilty about All Might losing his powers or whatever. And then
I saw that today too.
And then how he felt kind of I guess denial in his usefulness and being a superhero, well, being a hero, just because All Might chose Deku over him, even though he, I guess, showed a lot more potential in his youth before they even joined the class. So he kind of felt like, you know, am I not really a hero in that kind of sense? So there's that whole essence of it not just being a fight or whatever, but there's actually a lot of internal battles that they all have going on. Mm-hmm. So just that showing out, it made me think it was pretty decent.
I don't know, maybe I'm just like unempathetic to the feels, but I just like I read it and I understand. I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. But like I just was like, maybe I felt like it was happening too soon or too late, or I just hate Bakugou in general. Like I don't really know what it is. Like, but I just was like,
I do hate his character though.
Yeah,
he really is annoying. Like that attitude bugs me. Like it's like you're
like, why you always
Christy for
mad
no reason.
for?
Yeah,
Like,
every time.
What
like,
the fuck you mad for?
Relax.
Like, she pissed me off.
Oh no, I'm just thinking that he's going to get humbled. He's going to get very humbled. After
like before he started talking about the guilty shit, I thought he was going to turn into a villain. I was like,
yeah, that's what I was hoping. Because then I was like, then finally your personality fits, so you can just keep going.
I do want him to turn into a villain. Kind of
like Deku was going to beat him.
No, it's going to be hella Naruto and Sasuke though. If he does it at this point, it's going to feel like Sasuke retrieval hard as fuck, bro.
Because Deku would do some shit trying to save him. Yeah,
yep.
Right, yeah. So I don't want that.
Hard Sasuke retrieval.
I take that back.
But yeah, because I mean, it was a good turn when he didn't actually join them. But yeah,
it was funny. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Because I definitely was like, yeah, he's joining.
He rejected their ass. That shit was funny.
Yo, thanks for listening to the video. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to keep the discussion going. Take a look at some of our other chapter reviews while you're at it, or take a listen to the podcast, the Decent Podcast, where we do chapter reviews, interviews, and more. So make sure you check that out. Links to all of our social media will be in the description box below. But in the meantime, I'm hungry as heck. I'm out of here. Peace.
Still tippy-toeing, old school cat it doing, country boy and way too hot in here. Shit, I've been hot for years. Swimming through the trenches, roaches in your kitchen, peeking out the window, doing dishes. Who that is, they look suspicious. Cutting